Hello, welcome to another Burgundy with Tweedy video. Rossignol Trapet again. I have featured this producer a few times on the channel, and this is the 2019. This is another bottle from Lay & Wheeler. I was kind of interested to see what the slightly more recent vintage is like. 2018, of course, occasionally suffering from that slight jamminess. 2019, I believe, is sort of cooler year that tends to produce slightly more elegant wines and things that actually tend to mature relatively quickly as well, a bit like 2017 was. As a reminder, Rossignol Trapet is a biodynamic producer, which is that level above organic. It's organic on steroids, but not on steroids, because that would be contravening the biodynamic farming principles. Cherry-like fruit, obviously. Something possibly ever so slightly cooked there. I don't mean that in a bad way, as though this wine is cooked, overheated or whatever, but a little bit more of a sense of cooked fruit, and that could just be, you know, environmental. It's a warm day and I'm smelling something fruity and therefore thinking of cooked fruit. There is something else going on in there. There's a tiny bit of mushroomy sous-bois, maybe. Also on the nose, I'm getting something very slightly green, a bit like green peppers, bell peppers, for those of you not from the UK, or capsicum peppers, is that the more generic name? But also something a little bit floral there, maybe. A little bit of green peppers, not necessarily a bad thing. On the palate, the concentration's nice. There's a fair amount of tannin there, actually. Quite a dry mouthfeel in the aftertaste. Acidity's good. Again though, slightly sort of green vegetal notes there on the palate. Still very much in mind of green pepper, but there is a sort of intensity to the fruit that I quite like. And I rather suspect those tannins will probably soften a little bit in the glass. Maybe I'll come back to you after a bit of swilling and swigging. Just so you can see the bench in its full glory. That green pepper now is melding a bit into hints of spice, actually, which is interesting, and I'm getting a bit more floral note on the nose, possibly violet, and then different red berry fruits on the palate, maybe things like cranberry. If you know of another channel which gives you Gevrey Chambertin on a park bench, then do let me know. I think I may be about to surprise myself and say I think I actually preferred the 2018. It's not necessarily bad, I don't think it's a wine gone wrong, but it has still a lot of these kind of green edges to it here, and those sort of hints of spice, and all of that was a bit more mellow and a bit more soft in the 2018, and I suspect that's partly a byproduct of it being a warm year, and you know, more sugar in the grapes, and that kind of rounded everything out and made it a lot more smooth and mellow. And I'm probably just making stuff up now. It's not sounding very convincing, is it? At this point in time, at least, I think the hot year of 2018 has worked in the favour of Rossignol Trapet's Gevrey Chambertin. A year from now, who knows? The situation may be quite different.